Oh, welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Shorty's up and about. I've just been at Cardinia Park, just watching the Cats get the job done, and I'm pumped. So, massive win tonight. I was very happy with that performance. Oh, Tommy Hawkins in that last quarter, just that big bender going through, Guthrie on the run. The Cattery was going nuts. It takes a lot for the Cats fans to get really up and about, but they were roaring tonight. The chant was going off. Oh, Shorty's a very excited young man. And my laptop is back, as you can see. I'm actually back doing it in my room. Still got a few audio issues. We're just rolling with the phone, but we're making progress. We look like we'll get a little replacement for my Yeti microphone that failed me within warranty. Gotta hate that. But yeah, up and about tonight. Massive game it was, and to get the chocolates. And look, the D's were pressing at times. I was pretty nervous at times. I thought we smashed them in the contest. The stats wouldn't say it, but I thought a lot of their goals were on the counter attack and sort of in bursts. But I thought, yeah, the numbers might not totally reflect it, but I thought our tackling and pressure and intensity was massive. And they've got some big ball winners in there, but I thought overall we just, controlled the territory. So I was absolutely stoked. Tell you what I wasn't stoked about, and that's the jam donut issue at Cardinia Park. I mean, what's going on there? So, half time, I just walk up the stairs. I'm in there pretty early. I'm close to one of those little takeaway joints. There's chips everywhere, sausage rolls, snacks. No, I want me 4-pack of jam donuts. Empty. Absolutely empty. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just line up. They'll probably have a few there for me by the time I get there. I go around, bang, still nothing there. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait here for a minute. Nothing. I'm like, you got any donuts, mate? He's like, oh yeah, I'll get a couple for you. So, thanks, man. I'll just wait off to the side. By the way, it's half time. Do you reckon you could maybe prep some fucking donuts? Anyway, I'll wait off, kind of a metre off to the side. He preps his 4 donuts, puts the bag down, some muppet goes, takes me bag of donuts. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm about to brawl here. And then, so I thought, oh, fuck it. I'm standing right in front of this bit. I don't care if I'm holding up the line. People going around me. I'm like, I'm waiting for me donuts. Shorty loves a jam donut at halftime. I got them, smashed 3 of them, gave 1 away. It's good stuff. I don't know why you can only buy the donuts in packs of 4. In Melbourne, you can like, I'll have 2, I'll have 3, I'll have 5. Geelong gives you just one option, 5 donuts or 4 donuts. That's all you can get. I'm like, whatever, I'll just eat 3. But no, good day. I think I'll probably watch a bit of Wimbledon, but if that gets a bit boring, I'm chucking the last quarter on. Make myself a little Milo and just really kick things back. But bit of a late upload as well, obviously. But I literally got back home like 5 minutes ago. Walked in the door and I thought, better off to get this back up and about. Obviously didn't go live this week. Apologies. But like I said, I didn't have my laptop. And it would have been, I couldn't really do it on the phone. So, but yeah, hopefully things should be relatively back to normal for the channel probably from next week on. So appreciate your patience. But let's take a look at the team, shall we? And I had a bit of a look earlier without diving super deep. I prefer looking at them in this style. The Lions have a few out. Keating Coleman going out. That's going to hurt my draft side. But yeah, I had a quick look before. It didn't seem like there was too much damage done. Great to see English back. We love to see it. And that's crucial because obviously a lot of us have been holding on to him. Otherwise, of course, Cherry is out. That's good for all Goldstein owners. He's going to get plenty of time as the main ruck. Aaron Hall, holy shit. I apologise. I was saying, I did put a little asterisk on it that if you're feeling, a bit tight for trades, Hall might not be your guy. But I did say he's probably the best scoring option. Oh, he has no issues scoring, but he has major issues keeping his soft tissues bloody intact. He was probably burnt a few last week, so I apologise, put my hand up. I would have traded him in if I had the cash, but I did not. Dustin Martin is out. That hurts me. I'm hoping it's not for too long. Hopefully 1 week, that'd be great. James Cheetah's dropped after 1 week. That's a bit disappointing and a touch stiff. Zach Butters comes back. A few may have been holding on to him, so that'll be handy as well. Nothing too interesting there. Yeah, look at all these outs for the Lions. Crazy stuff. Just check the extended bench. D'Ambrosio was fantastic for me last week, and I'll be relying on him again to do me a favour, so hopefully he comes through for me. Quite a bit of movement there for the Hawks as well. McAvoy is back. Warple is out for a long period of time, potentially the rest of it. Hinge, some may still have him. That's an awkward one. And Witherden's back in town. I think he's on the extended bench. And obviously Wiedering comes back. That's helpful. Yo definitely hurts my draft team. Very disappointed about that. Jai Cully as well. I think he could be a timely 102k mid forward for us. We'll just have to wait and see tomorrow night if he does actually get named. So I'm sort of working blind here. I don't really have any idea what you guys want me to talk about because I'll go to my team and I'll show you. Just first, I want to see what Clayton Oliver had. Just watching the game, I felt like it was a 120s kind of score. I felt like he won a lot of inside pill, but probably turned it over a little bit, a lot of handballs. Yeah, 124. There you go. Not a bad prediction. So that's Captain Awkward. 124. He was my VC. I don't think I'll go with him. I think Lockie Neal he's got a fantastic record, Lockie Neal, against the Dons. So I'm a strong chance to leave the C on him, but feel free to comment any questions you have below because like I said, at this stage of the year, it's really hard to get a feel for what people really want me to talk about. I'll dive into some break-evens in a second to sort of guide me, but yeah, ask any questions. I should get to them at some stage tomorrow afternoon. Heading down to Lawn at some stage. Back in the TAFE next week, so I thought I'll just go down to Lawn. Last sort of genuine day off before getting back into it. But yeah, as you can see, I'll be relying on Massimo to get me done. And of course, we've got Rioli there. What I want to do is trade Roses down to Cully just to potentially field him. And look, honestly, I think Doherty's going to come into a really nice range. And Jack Steele as well is in a really nice range. So I think, again, we're not seeing Bruce in the team. So that's a major concern for any people holding on to him. It's time for him to go. And now we saw Steele drop down another 10k, but, his break-even's now in 2 digits. So definitely 543. He's certainly a guy that you should consider trading into your team. Just to finish off your midfield, or you might even be able to get some insurance now. I might dive into the break-evens just to guide me on what we're doing here. Because at this stage of the season, basically, my philosophy is to ensure that you have trades up your sleeve, or ideally you could even pick off a few guys or plan to pick off a few guys as bench cover, as premiums. That's what I'm trying to do. A few guys who'll be dropping are the likes of Parrish. And, Mills has actually got just a little quieter than his red-hot form. Could Nat Fife get a little bit of forward eligibility soon? I'm not sure. Zorko shouldn't be out too long. In fact, did he come back? Oh, no, he wouldn't have come back yet. He'd be out. He'd be at least 1 week away, I think. Yeah, of course. Zorko got injured just last week. But, you could sort of plan for him to be a bit of, he's got dual position. Doherty as well. I think a lot of people have him, but he should be around that 520 mark, all things being equal soon. That could be quite interesting. Could Parker finish off your forward line? Something to think about. So, also, if you are in any draft leagues, try and snatch up Hopper. I think that a lot of people won't have Hopper. I think he'll be a free agent in a lot of drafts. And I don't know if he got named, but he did play in the 2s the other week. Did he come in? He still isn't in. So that's really interesting. His name's second emergency. That's wild. I'm going to have to change my draft team off the back of that. But I really would have thought once he gets fit that he's in their best 22, I would have thought. Surely he's in front, surely someone like Brown or, Ware's been all right. But, surely you can find a spot for him. Anyway, that's by the by. But I'm just going to, I think we'll be getting towards the 10 minutes, all right. I said about 10 minutes. It was 9:59. Crazy stuff. But yeah, please comment below. I really do think at this stage, it is just a matter of trying to finalise your team. You know, whether it's Bontempelli up forward or Bailey Smith returns soon. He's going to have a big break even and should drop to a nice range. Can you finish off your midfield with Jack Steele, or, you know, is someone else dropping into a range that you feel like, you know, is nice for you? Down back, Doherty, even Sicily is just dropped to a bit more of an affordable price. Now, I just want to talk about before this stage of the year is always tough. Not really for SuperCoach because we've got a lot of premiums, but for the content side of things, because there isn't as many things to talk about. But what I will say is finishing off our sides is an interesting debate. Do you leave? So say for example, I've got Stewart. He'll be my, you know, that's a full premium. Defence when Stewart's back. Midfield all premium. Rucks, yep. When Martin's back, cool, full premium of forward line. But I'd argue that Martin probably isn't, you know, the real top 6 forward that we maybe thought he was. I'd say similar for Ridley. You know, I don't think he's going to cut it as a top 8 defender. You know, and I'm happy with the midfield. So look, there's 2 ways I could approach it. Just hold on to these 4 trades, just kick back and say, look, I'll hold those for a rainy day. If I cop an injury, I'll deal with it then. But what that does do is it takes it a little out of your control. So, for example, say Jaden Short gets injured this week and he goes down in the second quarter and he's on 37. You know, he plummets. He's been a touch out of form. He plummets to about 450. And I'm like, sick. I've got heaps of trades to just, you know, got a couple of emergency trades. Oh, shit, you know, I don't have enough money. You know, so, for example, it's not as dangerous for when you have 4, but it's more relevant when you have 1 or 2. Yeah, I'll just use those trades, you know, when I need them. That's all well and good if Rory Laird, who's been on fire, gets injured, and you can pick anyone. You've got all the midfielders to pick from. When it's awkward is when you're left with, you know, say let's, for example, Jaden Short gets injured. You know what? And let's run the theory that I've got 1 or 2 trades left. I can't afford to downgrade. Then all of a sudden you go, oh shit, I've got to pick someone who's about 470 or something. Like, far out. Who am I going to pick? Bloody Luke Ryan? Can I back in Whitfield? You know, you're left with fewer options, and your destiny is in the hands of a little bit of luck and relying on that you can make straight swaps. So what's the point of me talking about all this? You can potentially add premiums to your bench if you're good enough. So my plan is I want to take away that luck and destiny being out of my control. So I want to have, I'll map it out for you, right? Let's say Stewart's there. I'm going to downgrade Roses, like I said, to Cully. That'll give me, you know, 170 or something like that. So let's call it 230 in the bank. Cool. This week will go past, no dramas. And then next week, Hoff will go up. He's at break even about 20 odd. He'll go up to around 270. Then I'll be left with a decision if Taranto does go well. Does Fife get forward eligibility because he's actually working into a really nice range? I'll make that decision next week. I think Taranto is back. I really do. At that price, I think it's going to be hard to say no. So for theory's sake, before you bag me out for getting Taranto back in, let's just say he turns up again this week and he's priced at 440 or something like that. I trade him in 270 to 140 is about 170k. Cool, make that transaction. I've got about 60k in the bank again. Now, 2 trades in the bank, and then I've got Taranto as coverage for my midfield and my forward line if I need it. In fact, I'd potentially play him in front of Martin, depending how I'm feeling. And then I would then do Jacob Ware, gets the most out of this 89, gets himself up to, let's call it 320. Meanwhile, D'Ambrosio is going real nicely. He gets himself up to, let's call it 230. Couple of nice price rises. And meanwhile, Doherty is just slumping a bit off that 76. He drops down to, let's call it 530. Let's be cautious. So then you've got Ware at 320. I need 210 to get up to Doherty. Bearing in mind, I had 60k in the bank. So let's slash that to 150. D'Ambrosio's, he's at 240, 230, 250. It's going to be tight, but I could trade him down to someone like Charlie Dean, 102. Bang. I've got Doherty on the bench. I've got Angwin here, who's mid defender, so I can switch Crisp or Hewitt. So all that means nothing if, the dollars don't quite work out. But I think I'm pretty confident that the money will work itself out without Doherty busting in a 150 or Ware chucking in a 30. So that would then mean I've got really, no trades left, but I've got really good coverage to back up these guys. And yeah, I've never been able to do it. I think with the 35 trades, it gives us a chance. But hopefully some of that made sense because I got a little bit there in my own head with the numbers, and I hope you can visualize it. And hopefully it'll be there for you to see in a couple of weeks' time when I make these trades. But the point being, I'd rather have backup premiums than just praying that when a guy goes down, that he's at a nice price and another premium that I like is within range. So I think that's how I'm looking to do it, with a lot of flexibility in dual position players. So, but yeah, I just want to run through that. I'm going to get this video up because it probably won't be up till about midnight. But I hope you guys have a good week. I'm off to a flyer. Love the Thursday night getting the victory. But yeah, hopefully Big Nick Kyrgios can knock off Rafa tomorrow night as well. I'll certainly be staying up for that one. So comment below any questions you've got. Be lovely to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, guys.